I know I made enough failure. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mayo and I teach creative people how to sell their art online. And today is the 1st of May. Now I've been getting this question for all the years pretty much of my existence. No, I was not born in the month of May. Even though my name is May, I was born in the month of June and I am planning an insane celebration for my birthday next month, including purchasing a lot of your stuff as a gift for me for my birthday, and obviously as a gift for you guys because you'll be getting commission. But leaving that aside, because that's for next month, what I have in store for May is kind of special. I have so many things that I want to accomplish in this month, but it all starts with our monthly goals. So I have a recap of everything I wanted to achieve in the month of April. I'm going to talk about what I did do, what I didn't do, and of course, why I didn't achieve some of my goals, and give myself my goals for the month of May. Now, this practice that I'm doing is not just for me. I mean, it started as something for me that I sort of thought to myself, hey, accountability group of so many people that I just said, hey, I'm going to do something. But as it progressed, I learned from your comments that it's actually kind of nice to see how someone else fails. And I don't mean in the bad way, haha, you failed, but also learning to forgive yourself, understanding why you failed. And I think that goal setting is a pretty powerful tool, but forgiveness needs to go along with it because life happens and we can't always do everything we're setting out to do, especially if it's your side hustle, your secondary business, or just something you do on your free time. So that's what we have in store for us for today. And pretty much once this video is done at 7:30 Bulgaria time, there will be the monthly bundle box for the month of April. Well, technically for the month of May, but I made these things in April. It's going to be my biggest bundle box yet. And it has 53 different items, including patterns, seamless patterns, graphic elements, and all kinds of that. And it's going to be really fun. Again, right after this video at 7:30 p.m. Bulgaria time. But we're not at the bundle box. We're in recapping April and starting May in the right way. And I'm just going to jump into it. So for April, I wanted to focus on 2 print-on-demand websites. One of them is InPrint and the other one is TeePublic. I wanted to go from 12 designs that I've had on InPrint to 25, and I wanted to go from 140 designs on TeePublic to 200. So InPrint this month from 12, I'm at 14, so not 25. I added 2 different designs. One of them is this glowing deer design that I kind of really liked, and the other one is this rat. Now, the thing is that these designs are meant to be a part of a bigger collection. So with this glowing deer, I'm pretty much going to do glowing anything, all kinds of animal silhouettes. It was actually kind of fun to do. Please let me know if you guys want me to make tutorials on how I do these things with Procreate. And the other one, which is the rat, is also going to be a part of a collection. It's in my favorite style, which is pretty much most of the stuff here behind me. And it's from a collection that I want to do for zodiac signs from the Chinese wheel. So I started with the rat one. So 2 added designs for InPrint instead of 13. And I'm going to get to the why only 2 instead of 13 in just a few more minutes. So TeePublic, as I said, I wanted to go from 140 designs to 200. I'm at 162. I actually deleted some designs, some of my early work that I didn't really like their alignment on some products. So I didn't just add 22 more designs this month. I actually added more, but as some were deleted, I'm at a total of 162. I added some Zen stuff like chakra designs, whether they're very basic, like open your eyes with a symbol of the eye chakra, or something a bit more sophisticated like this design over here that I did using Procreate. I also added some mountain designs, and I really do hope that you like this specific mountain tank top because the mountains, like the graphic, is actually available on this month's bundle box. I also added a few more music designs, including my best dad ever with the chords for D and A. Another one of my goals was to work on more classes for Creative Fabrica, as I entered a contract with them to provide classes for the platform. And yes, you guys have kept asking me in DMs if you watch my classes, I don't get commission. It doesn't work like Skillshare, at least not for me. For me, I have a specific contract with Creative Fabrica to provide them with content in exchange for some amount of money because the platform has yet to start progressing, and this was the deal between us. And what I needed to do this month for Creative Fabrica was 3 more classes. So I had my first 2 classes in March were intro to print on demand, basically talking about the 3 different options for print on demand, whether it's on a marketplace or with your own supplier in shop or your own supplier in a marketplace. The second tutorial that was on March was Seamless Patterns 101. And the 3 classes added this month to Creative Fabrica were t-shirt design with TeePublic upload and sort of a TeePublic tutorial. The 4th one in total, so the second this month, was how to use coloring page elements, coloring them yourselves, and uploading them either to t-shirts or creating seamless patterns from them. I actually created this design for TeePublic from that tutorial, and I really, really enjoy that technique. I think that using coloring elements to color yourself really gives you the feeling that you created it and it's yours, but it's fairly easier than just starting from scratch. The 5th in total class, or the 3rd this month, that I submitted to Creative Fabrica and actually went live, I think tonight, like last night, was marketing for print on demand, covering Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest, and some advice for me in general about marketing your print on demand business. If you guys have a Creative Fabrica membership, then you can just click on the link down below to check out my classes. Enrolling to them right now is free if you already have the membership. And if you don't already have the membership, you will find a link down below in the description to have your first month on Creative Fabrica for just $1. That's all the designs for print on demand, all the fonts, pretty much everything, and all the classes. And it renews with 35% discount, which is only $19 a month, which is pretty much the cheapest option for you guys to get commercial use allowed classes and fonts for your print on demand businesses or even for digital downloads. One of my last goals was to finalize MeiaArroyo.com. So MeiaArroyo.com can also be Meia Arroyo, and I sort of leaned into Meia Arroyo as my artist name. So the website that I initially bought for this channel, MeiaArroyo.com, turned into MeiaArroyo.com, and the website that I'm using for this channel is actually my PayHip store at Maytribe.com. So I wanted to finalize MeiaArroyo.com and basically feature some of my art there. And I didn't do it. I got so much into what I want to do, what are the print-on-demand sellers that I want to choose, like print-on-demand suppliers that I want to go with, what is going to be the style on it. And I just got into my head so much that pretty much other than doing just the links page for my Instagram, I pretty much did nothing on Meia Arroyo, like literally nothing. I did a logo. Does that count? And now we're heading into why I didn't do these things. So sometimes we don't achieve one of our goals because we change our mind. Sometimes we don't have enough time to do it. Sometimes we discover that we like doing something else better. Sometimes, you know, we have responsibilities. So let's go over the things I did that sort of explain why. So going back to the imprint, those designs take me a lot of time to make, and I really have to be in the right headspace. So if I'm not in the right headspace and I don't feel really creative right now, I just won't do them. And also, I pretty much used up all the time that I want to be on my iPad by taking an insane amount of Skillshare classes in the past few weeks. I've really been diving deeper into making more complex patterns and better patterns, as well as actually taking classes that talk about managing collections, or even how you use Procreate with stacking up kind of files. I took a lot of classes on making my own brushes, whether they're pattern brushes or stamp brushes. I got a bunch of stamp brushes. And if you want me to make tutorials on how to use stamp brushes, please let me know in the comment section down below. They really are fun. I also sort of got back to uploading to Society 6 because after learning how to create these pattern brushes, I just had an insane amount of fun trying to plan out wrapping paper for Zazzle and these kind of stuff. And then I was like, okay, I already have these designs in a really large file. Maybe I should upload them to Society 6. And the uploading process to Society 6 is insane, mostly because you need various types of sizes. And I cannot create these sizes on my Procreate. And I really wanted to use that. it turns out that I just decided, you know what, it doesn't have to be active on anything. I just created really big sizes. I think it was like 8,000 something by 5,000 or 6,000, and just uploaded those. And, you know, if it's going to catch on to some product, it's fine. If not, then not. But these pattern brushes really made it easy for me to create insane patterns instantly, and it was just so much fun. So I did spend some time on Society 6 this month, as well as on Zazzle. And also preparing for the fact that I want to do a full Zazzle series in May, I actually made a Zazzle order that I hope will be here when we get back from Skopje. So I ordered wrapping paper, the two kinds, like the long one and also the 3 samples or something like that, as well as tissue paper. Thank you, Tom and Tom, for always pushing me for that and talking about tissue paper. I think I took like one day where I was like watching like decoupage tutorials for like 3 hours. Of course, realizing the fact that I'll probably be allergic to everything if I'll try to do that myself. But I really went into trying and think about making my store on Zazzle, one of the stores on Zazzle, all around wrapping. So that's wrapping paper from all of its kinds, that tissue paper. But I also ordered a planner, as Zazzle actually has like planners with nice inserts. So if that's going to be worth the money, I'm definitely going to be pushing forward for that. And I think that all these experimentations for me, also ordering the product, is kind of necessary if I actually want to make a series about Zazzle that's going to be, you know, effective. I also ordered a lot more things from Printful. I actually ordered fabric from Printful, as well as another all over print hoodie. I already have one here. I want to give you guys sort of a tutorial on different ways to use it. I even ordered a dress, and I also spent a lot of time this month on video calls. It might sound funny because, you know, I'm a YouTuber and I'm sitting here in this apartment and I'm basically filming myself and there's no one here. But the fact is, I spent this month Zoom calling a lot of people from the print on demand industry, whether it's collaborations with other channels, whether it's trying to find good content for the channel, or even like talking to plugins, people who make themes, different suppliers of print on demand. So there are a lot more things coming into the channel in this next month, including some packages that already arrived that I will be reviewing when we are in Skopje. So more to look forward on that. I actually also opened a Pinterest account for May Arroyo and started pinning some stuff for my TeePublic store. I am more thinking towards the fact that whatever I have on my TeePublic is not going to be marketed full on. It's only going to be on Pinterest and on TeePublic, while I will be using my other channels like Instagram and stuff like that to promote other things that are more artistic. I feel sort of this pull between these two directions, whether it's to make like funny t-shirts and stuff like that, or to actually make, you know, my own art. And I feel like it was definitely a good thing for me to put these funny designs on TeePublic, where the product choices are kind of limited, and to choose a different platform for the rest. But then the patterns came in and I got shiny new syndrome so much that I just been doing and doing and doing new stuff all the time, including checking out 3 other suppliers from China, trying to find very cheap print on demand products, whether, you know, potentially that they will have good quality, even not going to print on demand per se, but even to AliExpress and ordering some stuff from them and seeing if that works as well. I've been really experimenting this month and ordering a lot of stuff. Now, I got a few DMs about the fact that people don't really feel like they can trust what YouTubers say because, you know, we get all these products for free and we have to say positive things about them. I just want to make one thing clear. The one time that was something like that almost happened was when some company on behalf of Print Tailor, which is, you know, the print on demand ghost, told me that I have to say these things and they will pay me money. And I ended up not working with them, but working with Print Tailor directly, getting products for free to review on the channel. Never mind the fact that they closed about 3 days before I got the package, and you can watch that very fun product review on the channel. I actually did it. It was kind of fun doing a product review for a company that doesn't exist. But the other products that I'm showing on this channel are either one of 2 options. One, supplier sends me the products for free, and usually it comes with, hey, we're going to give you an affiliate link, you can promote us, and then I say, yeah, that's nice. I want to see that the quality is good. And even though the products are free, the videos themselves are not sponsored. They're not paying me money. And I definitely say my own opinion. You can choose to trust that or not. And as for the majority of the products that I review in this channel, I buy them myself from my own money. And the supplier doesn't even know that I'm a YouTuber. And I always make sure at the beginning of every product video to let you guys know if I purchased this myself or if this was paid by a supplier. And if at any point on these product reviews you have any questions about that, please ask me in the comment section or in the DM. I promise to get back to you, even though it might not be as fast as I want to, because I sort of had this like clogged YouTube drain of comments, and I'm trying to get to them. So apologies for not making it to all of them. By the way, another one of the reasons why I didn't achieve some of my goals was the fact that I got an enormous amount of DMs this month, and I am trying to answer all of them, and some of them developed into an hour-and-a-half conversation. But you know, I think that it's more important to be the community than all that. So thank you guys for trusting me. And a lot of these conversations were also personal. Like, you know, I don't know, like some people, maybe they feel like it's easier to talk to a stranger. And definitely if you guys have something to talk about and you think that, you know, someone with fibro, with PTSD would understand, I'm here, guys. Love you guys. One more thing that I did actually yesterday was sign up for KDP. Sorry. This is so good. Disgusting. It's like does anybody else use this? It's like a health drink. It's like a powder. We're getting healthy now, apparently, in this house. Disgusting. And I signed up for KDP, as I wanted to do for a long time, and I always felt like I couldn't because, you know, the banks in Israel don't really work with Amazon. But hey, now I have a bank in Belgium, which is Wise account. So I wanted to sign up. It was actually really dumb because they were like asking me, what is the country of my residency? Okay, so Bulgaria. Like, I'm legally a resident of Bulgaria. So I answered Bulgaria, and then my tax records, my company is formatted in Israel. And then I got a notification from Amazon that my KDP account cannot publish because the country of my residency and the country of my tax is not the same. And I'm like, yeah, that's completely legal. Like, okay, so I literally changed my residency to be in Israel. I'm technically still a resident of Israel. It's not like I'm not, but it was so weird that I'm like, I'm literally answering the truth and it's a problem for them. But then it was like, okay, you can publish now. I honestly thought you need to get accepted to KDP. I'm guessing you need to get accepted to Merch by Amazon. And I will try to be exploring KDP in the next few weeks. If you guys have any YouTubers that you recommend for KDP books, please let me know or just tag them in the comments. I would love to binge watch other YouTubers. I still do that. I watch YouTube a lot. This is like my favorite TV show or something, like YouTube. We talked about the Pinterest. We talked about Zazzle. I was really exploring Zazzle like a lot. I think there were like 2 days where I was just like Zazzle. And also my dad's visit. So my dad was here from the 25th till the 29th. So that's 4 nights that he was in Bansko, and he's currently in Thessaloniki, Greece. Now, my dad's visit here, obviously, you know, we spent time with him, Misho and I, and it was very nice. But the biggest time-consuming thing was actually before he came here, because I had to try and figure out a place for him for the weekend because he's religious and he cannot do the Shabbat in Bansko. So trying to find a place in Sofia, which was pretty much like 2 days where I couldn't work because I was just trying to contact hotels and talking to them. And then when we figured out it's going to be Thessaloniki, so doing the conversations to that. And I feel like it's also relating to the fact that I'm not living alone. So I didn't know if my phone plan from Bulgaria is capable to make calls to Greece. And so Misha's phone plan can call anywhere in the EU. So every time that I wanted to try and talk to the hotel, which is only after 10 o'clock in the morning, which is weird. Like, you call a hotel at 9 in the morning and they tell, and you like, hey, I want to book a room. And they're like, call at 10. Never in my life did this happen to me. But, the thing is that on days that I'm filming, we have this routine where Misha goes to the co-working around 9:30, and then I'm filming. But since he had to stay till after 10, so I could use his phone, we sort of got stuck in this. So it's like, even if I spoke to the hotel for just a few minutes, or they said to call at a different time, or the call got disconnected a million times, even if that happened, we sort of got into this already talking about a different conversation and a different conversation and a different conversation, and then we're both hungry, and then the day's pretty much gone because it's like 12 o'clock and he's still home. So I think that we're both very much people who need a certain routine, even if it's not the same routine every day, but like a daily structure, that whenever that daily structure is like destroyed for some reason, the smallest reason, we're both like out of focus. He gets back into focus a lot faster than I do, but I feel like that's some of the reasons why I didn't meet my goals this month, because every time something like this that is unscheduled happened, it really pushed us off. And also during this month, again, we moved apartments. And that's for the last time. I spoke about this in the previous video, why we keep on moving. But to make a long story short, we moved back here to the same complex that I came to Bansko from, where we have all of our friends. But the apartment we wanted to move into was not available when we were supposed to leave our temporary apartment on the other side of town. So it was determined that we will move into a different apartment, which is right across the hall from it. And after 3 weeks, we're going to push our stuff into our apartment once it's vacated. So that's what we did. I think it was like 2 weeks ago or a week ago or something like that. And again, it was an easy move and he did a lot of it, but just taking everything from the fridge, taking everything from this, it's pretty much like 2 days that my back was completely messed up. So, and we couldn't even unpack some of our stuff because we knew that we were moving, and it was just a huge mess. So, this month I think was, my least productive out of them all. As I said, with the Skillshare classes, a lot of time in this month for me was spent with self-education, whether it's Skillshare or watching a ton of tutorials on YouTube and so many different things, and also spent on the fact that we have other projects that we want to work on. So there's more pieces of information and knowledge and education and skills that we need, both of us, for these projects. And that takes me into the month of May and my goals for the month of May. And by the way, if you like this video, if you found this content useful, if you like to see me talk about my monthly goals and failing them, please hit that like button down below, because every time you do, it really does help my channel. And subscribe to my channel if you are not yet subscribed. Moving on to my goals for the month of May. And I'm kind of being very cautious with them, because tomorrow we're going to Skopje, Macedonia for about 9 nights or 9 days, just a small workation. We plan to do a lot of exploring, though it's pretty much going to rain the entire time we're there, so we might just be able to work a lot. The apartment we took there from Airbnb is gorgeous, and there's a telescope in the apartment, so I'm pretty excited to wake up on the 8th floor to a panoramic view of the mountain for a bit, and also see one of my best friends who's currently in Skopje. So that's something we're really looking forward to, even though we will be working most of the time that we're there. And what I'll be working on, and we'll be working on, I'm basically going back to my goals for May. I have a new YouTube channel. So I wrote to you guys a few days ago in the community tab if anybody will be interested in watching some of my meditations, because I was really thinking about doing a meditation channel, but I wasn't sure if I want to do it in Hebrew or in English. And I already kind of started it on YouTube and on TikTok, and it's not going to be flat on meditations or those ambient sounds. I really want to focus on meditations using art, like either mindfulness activities like creating mandalas or anything relating to watching colors mix along together. And it's a whole new project for me. I'm very excited about the setup of it. This is basically going to be a setup to have these to sell some kind of course or digital products, whether they're printables or audio. And of course, I'll keep you guys updated. One, because I like updating you with everything. And two, because I think that there is a lot to learn. I mean, if this is going to succeed and it's going to be another income revenue source for digital download products, then definitely it relates to the content of this channel as well. This has also been one of the things that took my time in April, because I was doing more art therapy myself. And I think that from doing it myself and really liking it came the idea to combine it with a source of income because I'm already doing it anyway. Another thing that we have in store for us for May is that we have a lot of projects in Slovak, like Slovak language. We're planning to do a YouTube channel with quizzes in the Slovak language and also selling printable books in Slovak. Not books, like, you know, coloring books, Sudoku, 8-direction games, all kinds of cool activities in Slovak language, including a website about coloring pages in Slovak and Misho's store for selling puzzles in Slovak and maybe another one. So we are working on a lot of Slovak projects, which is very difficult for me since I don't speak Slovak at all. I'm learning. Zdarma is free. Oh my God. Every time I look at that language, it looks made up. Anyway, one of the reasons why we're working on it, first of all, is because, you know, we're working on some projects of our own. But the main reason I think is that I think a lot of people don't recognize the fact that secondary language markets can really work with everything that we're doing. And, you know, if you speak any language that isn't English, let's say you speak Romanian, I'm not going to tell you, hey, go do print on demand for Romanian websites or for the Romanian people, because the prices of print on demand, while they might look a bit expensive to an American or a Canadian or an Aussie, they will be very expensive for a Romanian, for a Bulgarian, if you take into account the average wages in those countries comparing to the US, the UK, or Canada. So it's not just about that, but taking the whole concept of printables or any kind of marketing and content for a secondary market, you have less people as an option for your audience because it's a different language that is not English, but you might also have less competition. So we'll be definitely checking it out. And I kind of want you guys to think in your head, do you speak another language other than English? Is it from a country where you might be able to sell digital planners or printable greeting cards or printable anything in that language to that kind of audience? Maybe that should be your focus instead of just selling to the American people or to, you know, the West or something like that. Because we do have people shopping online from every country right now. So if you do have a secondary language, why not use it? It's also why I thought to do the meditations in Hebrew, as the Israeli like Hebrew competition is so low. But then I decided to go a different direction that doesn't have so much competition in English. And I do feel a lot more comfortable in English because it's sort of my first language. So to me, Hebrew is a no-go for now, even though I remember setting up a few projects in Hebrew in the past few years and they always took off really fast because there was almost no competition for them. So one of the other goals, as I said, other than my new YouTube that I'm working on, is the Slovak projects, and I'll keep you guys updated. And please think, again, is there any language that you know other than English that you can leverage into a digital download business? As for my plans for this channel, okay, there's going to be a Zazzle video series, so that's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be at least 4 or 5 videos straight up on Zazzle going over everything on the platform. I hope I can make it as inclusive as I can with as much as, you know, how to open a shop, how to do this, how to do all that. There's also going to be a video about Teespring. Teespring has not been on this channel, I think, yet. But I actually filmed a video yesterday with YouTuber Karin Prater, which is, you know, my neighbor. And we opened a Teespring shop for her, and that video is going to air while we are in Skopje. So next week, you're going to see me and Karin on this sofa, pre-recorded, opening a Teespring shop for Karin. There are also going to be more product reviews, again, with all these suppliers, also the stuff that I ordered. So there are going to be also 2 more product reviews next week. One of them I'm literally filming in like an hour here in my apartment with artist Christy O'Connor, and the other one will be filmed with Misho, I'm guessing while we're already in Skopje. So that's also something to look forward to for next week. There's also going to be shop reviews in the channel, and I'm also going to focus on 2 or 3 other niches with complete niche design tutorials because I know that you guys love those. There's also a new feature to PayHip now. They have the option to do courses, and if I'm going to do something like that to my other channel, I'm definitely going to sort of document the whole thing and share it with you guys if you guys want to sell courses as digital products and you want to use the PayHip free system to do it. We also have the Macedonia trip, which is listed as my things to do. And all in all, May is Mental Health Month. So one of those niche designs is definitely going to be on mental health. And also, you know, I'm going to do more designs for mental health and focusing more on mental health in general, which is really relating to the topic of my next channel. So it sort of comes together. But other than that, we're going to Skopje tomorrow. So that's a full day where I'm not going to be sort of online some of the time. I mean, once we cross the border, it's going to take us time until we actually have SIM cards and all that. And the 3rd and 4th of May are Memorial's Day Eve and Memorial. So that is, I'm dreading that day every year. I'm not going to be in Israel this year, so we usually have a siren on Memorial's Day Eve at 8 p.m. and then another siren at 11 in the morning on Memorial Day for, you know, standing and showing respect. And I don't know how this is going to catch up with me after being a full year here in Bulgaria. It's just a really bad day, I guess. During the war at the end of 2008 and the beginning of 2009, I was in the army. It was right before I got released. And I remember I was living as a lone soldier in a kibbutz, which is some sort of settlement in the north of Israel, with other lone soldiers. And we're like, you know, 15 brothers who don't know each other. And I remember one by one, they all had to, you know, turn off the phone and say goodbye, because you don't know what's going to happen. And we sort of got a message between us that we're all going to take a vow to fast for 24 hours from 8 o'clock in the evening, where the siren of Memorial Day starts, and 8 o'clock in the evening the day after that, where the flag is being raised to the top again. And we're starting celebrations of Independence Day, because Israelis celebrate both together. We're going to fast for 24 hours, all of us. We made a vow to God if we're all going to be okay. And while I did lose a lot of friends, whether it was to wars or bombings or all that, the 14 of us who made the vow all made it out. Most of us were injured, myself included, but we all made it out. And I think it was like 4 or 5 years after. Fasting for me is medically not okay. One of my bosses in my previous job, I think it was like 2012, had a surprise for me. He brought a rabbi to the office to religiously relieve me of my vow. But every year since, I try, even though fasting for me can be like 3 hours and then I get dizzy. I even wake up in the middle of the night sometimes to eat something, because metabolism and stuff like that, my body really can't fast. So I don't know. It's a hard day, and I'm kind of drifting off. I'm sorry. So Mental Health Awareness Month, yay! This is going to be an interesting month. I am 1 year in Bulgaria. I feel like I've become this totally different person. So I'm definitely going to be celebrating Mental Health Awareness Month this month. And there's going to be some content on that on the channel, as well as what I said, you know, product reviews, shop reviews, Zazzle. And you know what? Let's pick up the next shop review topic. What do you say about Society 6? I don't know. I want to check out the intranet that I have in Skopje to see if it's good enough to do Society 6, and I'll keep you guys updated in the community tab. As I said, right after this video, there is the video with the bundle box of April. I'm pretty sure it's already on, and you can go ahead and check it out. It's the biggest bundle box yet, with 53, I think, items, including huge files. So it's going to be super fun. But with that being said, that was it for me for today. I hope that you all had an amazing month of April. Please feel free to share in the comments down below. What are your goals? And have you met your goals for April? What are your goals for May? And I just wish you guys to have an amazing month of May, and I don't know, be creative, have fun with marketing, have fun exploring, learning new skills, and owning more and more this new print-on-demand digital download side hustle. And as usual, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! I have become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. Become, my baby. Mwah.
Have fun.
Have fun. You too.
Bye-bye.
I can feel you there. I become so numb, so much more aware. I'm becoming this. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. And I know I may end up. I'll come to lock after you.